Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and in front of me right here, I have most of the Summer 2025 Ninjago sets. Technically, it's not every single set. I'm missing the Polybag and the 4+ set, but I was not able to get those in time, and they're easily the least important sets of the wave. And since, depending on where you live, it's either June 1st right now or June 1st tomorrow, and give you guys a recommendation as to which sets you should pick up and which ones you should skip out on. This wave is going to be very weird to do because it is huge, both in terms of number of sets and also the size of the sets themselves. It is a big wave of big expensive sets. So as such, I know it's one that not everybody's going to be able to get every set from. I guess I'll start by talking about my favorite and least favorite overall builds of this wave, and that's also kind of hard to say because there's a lot of really good builds. First up, there's Ninjago Legends this wave, the mech and the dragon in the back there. And this is an all-new line of sets that are Ninjago display sets targeting a slightly older audience. And because they're intended for display, they're both really beautiful. Of the two, I definitely prefer the mech, but both are quite good. If we're going off pure visuals, I think next I'd say the Bounty, which is a nice mix of play and display. And then we have the three, medium-sized sets, Lloyd's Mech Jet, Rogue's Mech Dragon Rider, and the Ninja Combat Vehicle. All of those are builds I really like as well. They're a lot more toy-like than the three I mentioned previously, but they're each so fun and unique in their own ways. They genuinely all feel like something new to the Ninjago collection that I really like, so it's kind of hard to judge them against each other. I think of those three, my favorite is probably Lloyd's Mech Jet, just because of the whole transforming feature it has, which, by the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but of course I'm not doing full reviews of any of these sets in this video, but I do have full reviews of each of them up right now on the channel. I'll have a playlist linked in the description and in the pinned comment, so if you want to see more details about any of these sets, go check that out. But yeah, of the medium-sized sets that are a little more intended for play, the Mech Jet's probably my favorite, but all three are quite good. And then in terms of small sets, I really like Aaron's Mech as well. It's a new addition to the Elemental Power Mech lineup, and it's compatible with those sets from last year. It's a great value too, only what, $23 now, because the prices went up a little bit. But yeah, overall the builds this wave are quite good. The only one I really don't like is Rontu, and I go into detail about that in my full review of that one. And then the bikes are just so small that I don't have a strong opinion one way or another. That's mostly just a minifigure set. It's fun, it's just really tiny. But yeah, Rontu is the only one that stands out as lower tier than the rest. If I had to pick absolute favorite builds of the wave, I would probably say the Legends Mech, then the Mech Jet, and then the Rogue Dragon Rider. But they're all quite good. Minifigure distribution is also pretty horrendous this wave. If you want to get everything, you have to spend a lot of money. If you want just all of the original Ninja, so Kai, Cole, Jay, Zane, Lloyd, and Nia, then there's only 3 sets you need, I believe. You need the $200 bounty in the back, because both Zane and Nia are exclusive to that one. Technically, Nia comes without her armor piece in the 4+ set, but if you want the complete version of that minifigure, that set's the only way to get it. And then that set also has Cole and Jay, so there you have 4 of them. Then for Lloyd, you have 2 options, either the Mech Jet or the Rontu set. If you're going absolute cheapest though, you get Rontu. And finally for Kai, he comes in the little $10 bike set. So the bounty, Rontu, and the bikes, at least in the US, is $260. And that's just if you want the new main wave suits for every single one of the original Ninja, not counting the new Ninja, not counting the villains, and not counting the exclusive minifigures in the Legend sets. If you want all of the Ninja suits, including the new Ninja characters, luckily Sora's also in the Rontu set, so you don't have to change that. But Frack, the new Serpentine Ninja, is exclusive to the Ninja Combat Vehicle. Luckily it does come with Kai as well, though. So instead of the $10 bike, you can get that set, which is $100. So that would take it up to $350 for just every single Ninja. The Aaron minifigure this wave is not new, so you may have him from a previous wave, but if you do want the complete version of the main wave Aaron suit, you have to throw in Rogue's Mech Dragon Rider as well, which would bring you up to $420. Now in terms of villains, this wave also introduces 2 brand new members of the Forbidden 5. There's Kerr, who's exclusive to Lloyd's Mech Jet, and Rox, who's exclusive to the Mech Dragon Rider. So because of that, if you want every single new Dragon's Rising minifigure from this wave, you would need the Bounty, the Mech Jet, the Dragon Rider, and the Combat Vehicle. Luckily, the Mech Jet has the same Ninja minifigures as Rontu, so you wouldn't need to get her anymore, and both the bikes and the small mech do not have any exclusive minifigures. So yeah, with just those 4 sets, you would get everybody from Dragon's Rising. But just those 4 sets is $485, which is wild that that's not even the entire wave. But that's just the Dragon's Rising minifigures, that's not even every minifigure from this wave. Because if you want every minifigure, each of the Legend sets do come with an exclusive one, so that's an additional $270 for the 2 of them, which brings you to a total of $755 in the US if you want every single new exclusive minifigure. I don't know how we got here. This is by far the most expensive Ninjago wave ever. And I'm all for having big sets, but there should be cheaper sets as well. I think it's ridiculous that that's how much it costs if you just want every character. But yeah, if you do that, that leaves out the 3 small sets of the wave. You don't need Rontu, you don't need the mech, and you don't need the bikes. But if you did decide you wanted literally every single set, that would come out to $838 in the US. I don't even know what to say about that. That is absurd. Oh, and actually add another 20 in for the 4+ set that I don't have, $858. That is absolutely absurd. A Ninjago wave should never cost that much. I do not know what's happening with that. I'm perfectly fine with big sets, and I want more big sets going forward, but minifigures should be a lot more accessible than whatever this is. So yeah, unfortunately, if you're a big minifigure collector, there is no cheap option for you here. No matter which way you slice it, if you want every new minifigure, it's going to be super expensive. But okay, let's say you don't care about getting everything, you just want like the best value set, like which set's the best priced. Unfortunately, that's another thing where this wave is also quite overpriced in general. Part of that's just because prices are going up overall, but even still, I don't like seeing Ninjago prices this high. That being said, if you want like a good all-in-one package, I think the Bounty's pretty good at that. It's easily the best price set of the wave. However, it's a $200 set, so it's also the most expensive set of the wave. Lloyd's Mech Jet is pretty good in terms of price as well. Definitely a little high, but not the worst. And what really helps that one's the minifigure selection, because you get 2 good guys and 3 bad guys, and it's got 2 exclusive minifigures, and this is one of 2 sets that come with Lloyd and Zora. So I feel like that minifigure selection at the very least is fair. And then the 2 small sets of the wave are actually good values, both the Air and Mech and the Little Bikes. If you're looking for some smaller sets that are just affordable and fun, yeah, those 2 are both great. And funnily enough, Rontu's actually not the worst price set of the wave. She's still not good, but in comparison to this other stuff, 50 for her is high, but it's not the worst. But yeah, I'd say the only sets with like a really good price are the 2 smallest ones, and then probably the Bounty right after that. The Bounty's about what it should be. The worst price set of the wave is easily the Ninja Combat Vehicle, which is a shame because I love that one. I think it's a really cool build. It's the frack set, so I'm like really wanting people to get frack, but 100's absurd. It's 90 in other parts of the world, which is a little more fair, but even that's absurd. It should be like 70 max. I do not know where 90 comes from. You do get a lot there. It's another really good all-in-one set. You have 4 ninja and 2 villains, and the build's very unique. But yeah, at $100, unless you have a lot of money to spend, it's probably better spent elsewhere if you want the best value. The Guardian Dragon I think is also a little high, but that's a display set, so it's a little bit different. Not great though this wave in terms of prices. I don't really have any sets I could super compliment. So overall, I don't know, this is a very weird wave to talk about. Because I think it's some of the best Ninjago builds we've ever gotten. I think Legends is a really cool step in the right direction for Ninjago. Not as a replacement for Dragon's Rising, but as something in addition to Dragon's Rising. And I really hope to see more unique builds like this in the future. Like, none of these vehicles are something we've had before, I guess, maybe aside from the small mech. The Mech Jet's really cool, the Dragon Rider's really cool, the Bounty's the spiritual successor to the movie Bounty, and it's our biggest one yet. There is a lot to love in this wave. It's just really expensive, both in terms of value and actual price. So I feel like it's going to be tough for a lot of people to actually get these. So to end things off broadly, I think if you're going to get any of the sets, the 4 on this side are the most interesting. The Bounty, the Mech Jet, the Mech Dragon Rider, and then the Legends Fire Mech. And the most skippable set of the wave is definitely Rontu, because she has no exclusive minifigures, and the build's very underwhelming. But honestly, with how expensive this wave is, it's going to come down to what do you prioritize most. Are you a Kai fan? Are you a Lloyd fan? Are you a Frack fan? Do you prefer sets that are meant for display, or sets that are meant for play, or others that are like in between? You should kind of just go for the sets that best fits what you're interested in, because going for everything is going to be very tough to do. But I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. Again, if you want to see my thoughts on any of these sets more in detail, I have a full playlist of all my reviews linked in the description below. I go fully in-depth on the minifigures and the builds, all the little secrets and everything. Let me know what you guys think of this wave in the comments below, because I'm sure it's very divisive. It is for me at the very least. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!